Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapper and Chronicles. We're coming back at you with a knife review video this time. This is an old timer knife set that has the sharp finger 152 OT and the lockback folder 1 OT. And before we jump into it, if you could do me a favor and give me a like, and also more important, subscribe to this channel if you find any of this content at all interesting or, I don't know, informative. Give me the HBO special. HBO special is the Help a Brother Out special. Help a brother out and subscribe to the channel. It's free. Okay, so I got this knife set, and I think this knife set sells for like 20 bucks. Okay, and I have a history with old timer knives. I've had old timer knives since probably my late teens. So I would say since the late 80s was the first time I bought an old timer knife. And back then they were made in the USA. And I think in the last 10, 15 years, they got sold. Schrade used to make them, and they got sold to another company, and they are now made in China. So we're just gonna take a look at this set and see if it's measures up or is any good compared to the old Schrade old timer. On the packaging here, doesn't tell you the blade material, just stainless steel blades. Gives you the information on the lengths of the blade. Comes with a sheath. Says guaranteed limited lifetime warranty. Don't know how good that is. Old timer knife made in China, like I said. Here it says that. And here's the company. Forgot what name that is. It says AOB. You guys know more than me. Who is AOB? Not sure, but it's definitely, it says has an American address, but they don't make, I doubt they make anything here in the USA. And here it comes in this I guess presentation tin. It's like a little tin box with built for generations. We're gonna take a look at that, and it shows some wilderness kind of old barn scene here with someone in the background. Old timer, a knife is a tool, a necessary one needed for everyday life. When you craft a knife designed to last generation, it becomes something larger. It becomes memories made, lessons learned, values taught. Passing down a knife is more than a gift. Okay, built for generations. And the sheath, you lift up this kind of felt plastic molding, and inside is the sheath. And here we see how they cut corners. Usually usually you find this knife at Walmart for like 20 bucks, just the one knife, the sharp finger. And I think usually they used to come with a leather, they might still come with a leather sheath. I guess this is how they cut the corner. They give you this sheath, which as you see is not leather, has an insert, kind of a plastic insert in there, kind of stiffen it up, which isn't too bad, but overall not leather, so it falls in kind of the cheap knife sheath category. For that, I guess that's the corner they cut to add another knife into the deal for $20, where usually they sell just the knife for $20. I think on Amazon also has it for like, I think $20, just the knife with a sheath. I think it's a leather sheath. It comes with a little silica pack, and some warning, a warning card. And over here is a piece of plastic. Okay, here's the tin box, and let's take a look at the knives. It's the two knives. They come with the obligatory tip covers, tip protectors, and there we go. Okay, let me just take a quick measurement here to see how thick the blade is. The blade is about 1/8 thick, 1/8 of an inch thick on the sharp finger, and the thickness of the little blade is about 1/16. So half the thickness as the sharp finger for the little blade, or the 1 OT. Right off the bat, this handle feels cheap. I don't know how to say it differently, but that's what I feel when I pick up this handle. I remember the old timers. They had a plastic handle, but a plastic that was of a consistency and a denseness that it was trying to emulate bone material, which it looks like it's trying to look like bone or something. This does not emulate bone at all. It feels kind of just like regular plastic, not that good material, or better material that the old timers used to use, the American made old timers. Here it has old timer, doesn't have Schrade or anything like that on it. Has the number 0623. That might be a date code, I'm not sure. 152 OT on the back. But it is a one-piece knife design. You see here, and they riveted a couple of rivets here holding the handle in place. But just, I don't know, it's not a bad feeling knife. Actually, it feels okay in the hand. It's just the handle feels kind of like a cheap kitchen knife handle, if you want to say that. I'm just being honest. I really wanted to like this knife and really give it a good overview on this handle, but it just doesn't compare to the old ones. Here is the smaller, the 1 OT knife, and here it has kind of the same date, I guess, 0623. I guess I'm gonna assume that is a date code, and it has engraved or stamped the 1 OT on the back, old timer on the front, and it comes with this old timer badge there. Probably not as good as the old timer badges where they would stay. They had a good way of riveting or putting these badges on that the more modern or the Chinese ones don't, and you find a lot of these used old timers with just a missing plate. They'll have the plastic there, and you can see it cut out where the plate was, but no plate. I think they just glue this in place and leave it at that, and more often than not they fall out. But you'd be hard pressed to find an old timer USA one with a missing plate, because I think once I did see one with a missing plate, and I saw how they kind of held it in place, and it was pretty good, the method they used to hold these in place. These look like they're brass lined, which is good, or a brass looking metal. They have a little loop here, and the spring tension feels good. Has a good snap if quiet, but that's just tightness, but the snap is pretty tight, and this doesn't move at all. So the quality of the little knife is pretty good. I would say it's not a bad knife, and the size, some people like these small knives. I like small knives. I like small tools. Anything small in tools and knives I kind of like, and a small lock blade like this is pretty cool. Again, the handles, the plastic just doesn't feel right. If you're used to the old timers, this just feels, like I said, feels kind of cheap. So, but not bad on this knife. And another thing I wanted to say about this handle is that even though the shape of the blade and everything is comfortable, these handles, they're not too well finished. As far as, you see how boxy they are and sharp the edges are on the ends here and over here. So even though they kind of feel okay, they kind of like, I don't know, feel like unfinished in a way, because they're not, they don't feel like the corners have been rolled very well. Just feels kind of, I don't know, like I said, unfinished, kind of boxy, a really thick boxy type of handle, which kind of digs in a little bit on your fingers and your hand when you hold it real tight. So that's another thing I'm not too crazy about these new old timers knife. But as far as the metal, the edge and everything looks okay. Like the fit and finish of the blade itself looks all right. Just these handles are kind of like just too, I don't know, too boxy and big. See how thick they are? So that's another thing with these. Not a lot of machining as far as making them a little bit more ergonomic as far as handling by rolling these edges. All right, guys. Is it worth $20? I don't know. I don't think so. Me being a cheapskate, I would say no. This, to me, this would probably be better, like $15. But those are my 2 cents. Okay, guys. Until next time.